It's window time. It was not easy getting to this point.
It's like on the edge.
We bought a hoarder house, and after getting all their stuff out, we still have work to do.
So on today's agenda, we are about to get some curtains and curtain rods.
Nah, no fancy smash stuff.
Nah, just something basic, because what are we about to do that?
But we about to start this project, and we don't need nobody peeping in the window, so gotta have them curtains up.
Yes. So we found kind of a cheap way to be able to have some privacy, because they're going to be blackout curtains, and then we're going to get some tension rods. And we usually get the paper blinds, but we're noticing that that's not about to be helpful with our long-term journey for our doors. So
Cause them boys be ripping.
yeah,
And little clips come missing. Dogs rip them down. Ain't got time.
and I love that we're gonna be able to clean these curtains like as we want throughout the time of the project. Like some dust get on there, wash machine, instead of just being like, oh dang, we gotta buy another one. Because also keep this in mind, the paper curtain is like $5 and the cloth curtain is like $6. So let's do the math on that, and we're still gonna have to. I just want to remind Bay of our agreement. These curtains are not going up until we clean thoroughly. So we putting this on camera, and we're just here for curtains,
Yeah.
not electronics.
Why would I don't even look at no electronics. Oh, actually, unless they got some surveillance cameras, but we need to put up some cameras and stuff too, but we gotta buy that system first.
Yeah, so just go ahead and say I agree. We ain't trying to hear all that.
No, do you agree?
No, do you
So,
agree?
you need to be the one agreeing. We were supposed to be going to Target too. I guess
Yeah.
Target had some.
No, they were cheaper, but
Yeah,
guess what?
They were closed. That must have been a sign.
So my goal is to stay in like this price range where it's like 5 to 6. Well, really these is like $6.50.
So what we looking at?
We picking something around that 5 to 7, and we got tension rods over here.
So these is easy to boing, pop right in the window and right out. They
It's
step in the wrong spot. See, this boy mess around and be like, $50.
It's probably $5. We'll figure it out. It depends on how heavy the blackout curtain panel will be.
And we got like 14 windows.
Yeah.
So this little number add up quick when you line 14 of these mother scutters. Matter of fact, we pin some paper up. We got a whole bunch of roller paper.
Man. Oh yeah. So we just gotta look out for the blackout labels. Cause don't you think that's a good idea? Like,
Yeah.
the blackout, like they won't see our figure, you know.
Yeah. So, pop around the corner, look what homegirl got. Whole stack of curtains. And they are $9.98. Look at her, she running, she stealing. But we're gonna grab these joints. So, these is what, the little silk joints?
Yep. I know you prefer the stiff ones. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, my love. This is $10.
Can't beat that, so let's load them bad babies up.
4, satisfying. 6, 10, 12, 14. Do you think we should get the cheaper one? I mean, the cheaper quality one? Let's see if it tells us what weight they can hold. They like, huh, these too cheap to be telling you all that. Figure it out yourself.
Dang, that's a lot. How much y'all think this gonna be? Put it in the comment section down below. One bundle. Let's slide. Need any pots and pans? Let me know if you like that black and gold. That boy hard. Ooh, I ain't even see that.
Yeah, so we thinking about changing our personal zikr to like colors like this. And
But this way better. That looks so raw.
you just like black. Come on.
Man. Here we go.
Gotta dash, get that cash going fast, running fast, like in flash, try so speed, going like the sea. Yes, I'm tall, can't you see? Going home, I got the keys. Yup, yes, I love my family.
Yeah, $100 just to cover up some things.
Right. But see, we gotta take care of our stuff. We probably spent 100 in paper shades, you think? Boy, you better not charge us more. Mess around and have 50 on there. I only got 15.
What y'all think the total is?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
159.
I thought it was gonna be 140.
So we trying to figure out, we need 2 of these windows. They both 194. They're really 195, but we're gonna say 194. We need 2 of them, so whoever get it right get to get something out the store.
Move. One. Okay, 200.
You gotta start in the
I
one.
learned this, so I have to know. So like this is 2. This is 8. Oh my god. But I have to count this.
8, 9 plus 9.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Carry your 1. So 88.
So that's 3 now. And
How much is that? You got.
and then 100.
Nope.
Wait.
You said that was 3.
184.
Nope. You said 3. You said
384.
nope. You said 4 plus 4 is
8. So 388.
yep. Good job for not giving up.
Right, that gave up. You could have had a flashlight, tool, or anything, and you gave up. That's your fault. I said you could get anything out of the store, and you just gave up. You ain't even keep trying.
I can guess. Okay, so I would like to get this window.
Good.
Good.
Okay.
You bought it. You bought it.
No, I don't want a window.
This one right here.
No, I don't want a window. I changed
Dude,
my
they got 4. Should we buy it?
Oh shoot. I guess what you want to test out the card.
Oh no, you got to go. I mean, it got old plastic.
Metal insulator.
Yes, it's got to go sooner than later. Man, they whipped out a robot. What is this? My bad already. It's funny when you already started processing what you're about to say and it just come out.
So y'all look down here. This here is a kerosene heater. Heat up the house pretty easy and real quick too. But you got a whole lot of space for that heat to go on and dissipate too. But when you in like a small area like this in this bedroom, bam, we went to go buy a new toy right here. Not a toy, it's a tool. But we got this joint here, and while we sitting here replacing this window, we can cut that boy on and it's gonna heat up our little area. So perfect. We'll put it down in the description below if you need one. Got a little power button in the front of here. And it just got one setting, which is hot. And if you stand real close, hotter. All right, so what this thing do is a copper wire in the inside of here. And when you turn it on, it pretty much just send heat through that tube. With the wire itself heat up, and it's inside a glass tube. So the heat just automatically shoot out here because you got some reflective stuff in there. So you hit that power button, and you'll start seeing this bad baby light up. Look at that. Getting brighter and brighter and brighter. I tell you what, it felt like my gloves was melting when I was doing the framing over there. So how to measure a window so you know what size to get. First thing you need to do is grab your tape measure and then take a look at the window. So if you have a wood style window like here, it sits inside of this jamb. So you got a piece of wood here, piece of wood here. And your new window, most of the time, will fit right inside there. So everything that you see on the outside, this stuff really removed. So when you measure it, you want to go from the inside of this wood to the inside of this wood right here. If you can't see it, I'm going to show you in a minute because I'm going to hit it and break these off. I'm going to go from here to there because your window going to fit in there. And if you come over here, this one here is 28 3/8. So 28 3/8, that's the width. And then on the height, your window probably will have a window sill. This one I broke it off, but it's still gonna be at this same height. Sometimes it can be an issue because you might measure down to the window sill. The window sill is higher than the bottom of the inside. So a few ways you can do it. You can find the lip of this top board here. You can just measure down to the top of your window sill, and you can probably go down maybe another 1/2 inch or inch, really. So right here, I'm measuring from the top of this frame down to this sill, and my measurement here is 53 1/2. So 28 1/4 by 53 1/2. Now, if you have a window sill here, so if you come close, I don't know if y'all can see this, it's like a little lip here where the window sill was. And the window sill came up to that. So sometimes what you can do is raise your window and then go from the top of that board Then you go down and then go to the inside of that seal. And if you go on the inside of that seal, then you will get your number. And this one, of course, is still 53.5. So that's how you will get your number. That's pretty much it. Now you got your measurement. Take that measurement, go to the store, and order your new window.
And is it kind of rough?
Yeah, the measurements at the store, it might not be exact. So this is 28 3/8 by 53.5. They might not sell just that size. So you can special order it to get that exact size, or you can have the one that they have in stock. So like for this window here, the measurements on this window is 28 1/4 by 54. But if you go to the actual measurements down here, they give you the actual size. Some of these sizes, they might say is this here, but the actual size of the window will be a little bit smaller. So the actual size here is 27 3/4 by 53.5. And our measurements was 28 3/8 by, I'm gonna double check just to make sure you feel, but it was, yeah, 53.5. It's perfect on the height side because this is a perfect 53.5. So that's gonna go in there pretty damn perfect. I didn't even know that, really. I didn't know it was gonna fit in there like that. With some other windows, you might have to adjust because we got a couple windows in there where I gotta remove this top board because the window is a little taller than the frame. So gotta remove this top board and probably put in a thinner piece and everything will be good. The next step is to remove this window. So and I'm gonna show you how to do that real simple, especially if you got a wood window like this. If you have a vinyl window that you're going to replace, then it's only in with a couple screws. So you can take the screws outside of it, usually is in the inside of the window. So you can lift it up, you might see a screw, unscrew those screws on each side, and then you can pull that window right out. But if you're dealing with a wood window, I'm going to show you how to take it out. First thing you're going to need is a hammer and a little crowbar. And one more thing, maybe optional, but it might help you a little bit better. Get you an asset hook from ARTTLife.com. It'll make you think like me, or maybe even better. But if you pay attention to these wood windows, they slide up and down. So the first thing we have to take off is the piece of wood that's in front of this window. Sometimes they might not even, it may not look like it's a separate piece of wood, but it really is. So we're gonna put our crowbar in there. Pop this out. The window might make a little dust. It might be good to have a mask.
Gotta stay prepared.
Some people call them shiesty masks. It's a ski mask. Actually, the actual term is a baklava mask. So it's for the winter time, but when you're dealing with houses like this, it's a face mask too. So
for
that's
us.
the most world for us. You got a hat and a mask at the same time. But your window might have lead or something like that in it. You never know. Or just the dust itself. Wear a mask so you don't breathe in nothing. So we got that right side off. And as you see, already we got that right side off. Now look, like there's some nails here from that wood. Just by having that little strip of wood off, look at that, the window already ready to come out. So that's the only thing that's holding that in is strip of trim wood. So we're gonna do the same thing on this other side. Take off the wood that's in front of here. Two strips, just like that. You grab your window and pull it out. Now that window free. Now this window right here, see it got these old little lifters on it. Just take your crowbar and we're gonna pop that off because it's just a little screw that hold these in. Sometimes your window might like go up and down with the old school weights. The weights will be like inside of the frame. You can really just cut the string and let it fall in the inside. If you want to go in there and take it out, you might have to destroy it a whole lot. Cut the string, let it fall in the inside. You ain't got to worry about it no more. So now we're going to
Ooh, you okay?
take off. And if you're doing a whole bunch of windows, little stuff like this, it's metal, pop it off, take it to the scrap yard. Especially those weights. If you can get them joints out the wall, because they weigh a lot, take it to the scrap yard, and that could be more money that's going towards the new windows you're about to buy. sometimes some of these might be spring loaded, so you gotta watch it. Make sure you don't get popped in the face or the eye. Wear safety glasses too. So we're gonna sit that to the side. Now we take off our window. Temporary glass that we did not do. So now to take this one off, it's the same thing. See, that is a piece of wood right here. Same thing as that outside wood. You got a piece in the inside right here. So same thing, use your crowbar. And you're gonna pop that little piece out. Most of the time, these old windows, the top window don't even move no more. They've been painted on so many years, nobody ever moved the top window down. So it might be harder to get out, but there ain't nothing to a big dog. You got those trim pieces out. Look at that now. Remove the top window. Bang. Now, sit that to the side so they can go in the trash. But you ain't done yet. But just like the ones on the side, don't forget, we got 2 of them up here we gotta take out too. Real simple and easy. You can use the hammer or the crowbar. Take out the nails.
Isn't it important to make sure to get like those little pieces? I noticed you making sure you get.
Yeah. So I want to make sure there ain't no screws or nothing in way. No nails. This got a little wing nut or whatever on there. You want all this to be as smooth as possible. Then down here below, look, this high is a little weight right here in the corner. Just take your crowbar, put the crowbar in there and pop that baby off.
Especially if it's supposed to be a perfect fit, right?
Yeah. There's certain windows that's got different widths to it too. So when I mean width, I mean the size of the whole window frame here. So you see this one here is 3 1/4. Then you come over here, measure your width in the inside of this window here. You just want to measure out to the end of your frame. And you see there, that's 3 7/8 if I'm measuring onto the outside of this wood right here. And the window width was 3 1/4. So now you know you got a bunch of room. You can put it in there. 3 1/4 fit in there. You might have a thicker wall, so you want to fill up that whole gap. That's a whole lot more money though, but you can get something made thicker so it can fit the whole frame. That's fine the way it is, because we're gonna have space to put in trimming the inside and around the sides. All right, so now make sure you ain't got no nails. Our windows got storm windows on it, and we actually keeping these because it's just double protection and double insulation too. So we could take these out. We usually take them out. We took them out on previous properties, but
these ones are in good condition.
Yeah, the only thing we got to do on here is replace the screen, but you see they super brittle. You can buy a roller screen. You can rescreen these screens, so it's perfectly fine. Squeeze and push up, real simple on each one.
Yeah.
So what we gonna do is, since this got double screens, and the window we actually picked up, this one, I don't know if y'all can see, but it has a full screen. Some windows have a separate screen that you can slide up. This one has a full body screen. So what we gonna do is take that screen off of this window, and then we just gonna utilize the one that's on the storm windows. If not, they're gonna have to fold down the windows, take them out. We don't need our tenants doing that because we don't need them breaking the window or nothing. So after that, now you got a clean frame. You got an extra piece of wood in here, but you can leave that because this wood right here will actually stop the window from falling out, and it'll let you know when it's flush. So you can push that window all the way flush up to this here, and it should be nice and level. So I'm gonna grab the shop vac, suck up all this, and then I'm gonna pop the window in there and show you how to do it.
So I'm just thinking about how you mentioned the framing. So it's important to try not to mess that up too, huh? Yeah. Like while you breaking the wood.
Right. While you taking these trim pieces off, Ray mentioned that it's important to not tear up this framing right here. So you want to take it off carefully, not just beat at it and try to break it. It's actually a pretty good shop vac. It's nice, lightweight, got wheels, so it's easy to roll around. stainless steel frame, which is good. The only downside I say, if you got a stainless steel frame like that, when you go to pick up it and dump it in the garbage can, don't bang it to the side, because that way it will get the twisting because it's stainless steel and it'll bend. And when you put the top back on there, it won't have a good suction. So that's the plus with having a plastic shop vac. But the downside is the plastic might crack. You never know.
Yeah, like we had that happen.
Yeah, we'll put this down in the description too if you need a lightweight shop vac. Definitely good to have, better than sweeping up like these paint chips and stuff like that. And it's going inside our respiratory system. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So it turns out you cannot have the shop vac on, the light on, the heat on,
Everything on
one outlet. So, you know, we in a bando right now. A whole lot of work need to get done here. We're only working with one outlet.
I can't see you at all.
Take two.
Lately I've been feeling like up them all. We ain't coming here to flex, but can't hear the ball. They treat us like leaves, they just waiting for the fall. Try to knock us down, but won't fall, we crawl. So lately I've been feeling like up them all. We ain't coming here to flex, but can't hear the ball. We just trying to teach, trying to help them all. And practice what we preach and bring y'all.
I come bearing paint. I'm about to go ahead and paint the framing or whatever you want to call this area here with some paint. That way it can be sealed. Remember how dirty this house was? It's just nice to go ahead. We already made sure it's kind of cleaned out. It'll be nice to just give it something to seal and close the deal.
And then later we also gonna get this paint off. This is actually on the outside. When somebody was painting out there, we ain't gonna say who it was, but there's painting out there, and they got paint on the window, so we gonna clean that up too. Everything gonna be looking nice and new before somebody move in here.
Yeah, I was even thinking we should get some glass cleaner before they get screwed in. Clean these.
Well, the good thing about these double hung windows is we can take it out, and that whole thing will be open. So that's a good thing about a double hung. We can take both windows out and still be able to work on that window there. So while she finished this up, I'm gonna go ahead and get to knocking out some other windows. So while I go ahead and knock out them other windows, we're gonna go ahead and break these windows down here so it can be easier to throw them in the trash while the inside of that window frame dry. If you hear a big roaring sound in the background, that's our big kerosene heater blowing because it is freezing in this house. You see we got the ski mask on, we snow suited up, multiple layers, but whatever temperature it is outside, it is that same temperature in the inside because the house is completely butt naked. There's no insulation, no drywall, no nothing. We just got a roof and walls. So at this point, we need to throw these windows in here, throw in the insulation, throw in the drywall, and get some heat in this joint so we can finally start retaining some heat and it can just be more comfortable to work. Because right now it's pretty cold, but we still gonna get the job done. A quick tip on how to dismantle things or just break down stuff: you just got to look at how it's built. So of course, when it comes to a window, all four sides is nailed in together, which means if you want to break it apart, you got to smack it outwards. That's how most stuff work. You got to just kind of hit it in the opposite direction that it was installed and it'll fall apart perfectly. When you're doing windows and stuff like this, just be real cautious because if you can knock out one of these sides and that glass can come out, cut you in the hand or something like that. So always wear protective gear. See, she got her gloves on and she got her glasses on. It's protecting her eyes and protecting her hands.
What's going on here?
It's like on the edge.
Well, it's time to replace this window, and it just happens to be above a flight of stairs. So one wrong step and bae gonna be in the basement. So bae, you gotta be very careful, okay? Yes. Oh my God, that would really suck. So if y'all have any tips on you know, how this could be done a little different, let us know.
I guess I could put some 2x6s over here, and I'll be trusting whoever cut the wood. I'd rather trust my leg.
But I guess could have put some right there just as a Be able to jump on them.
This window, they got this boy screwed on, so I can't take it out one by one. So it should come out together.
Woo! Here.
Oh, that a double hung window. Double takeout.
Wow.
This screen is actually in good condition.
Right. That's the best looking screen in the house.
And these screens so old, this is actually aluminum. I just gotta shop back all this crap out.
My job been to paint once it's all vacuumed out, and I don't know about that, babe. I love you.
Oh, you gotta come bust it open. Right to put the window in. Now with these windows, what we learned, but at the bottom of these windows is tabs. So I guess if you got maybe a smaller window, you can actually cut this tab down. You can actually adjust it to whatever height it is. So you see this lip right here, I actually cut, I probably cut off like 3/8 of this little tab right here. Now it should fit perfectly fine. We're gonna go bottom in first. Damn, look at that. Perfect fit. Now we done. No, I'm just playing. Next thing we're gonna need is some shims so we can screw the window up. Got a couple shims here. That's just to have something to screw in so it won't warp as you screwing it. Sometimes I don't even think you really need shims. But we got the shim in there, now I'm about to screw it. Some windows might come with a screw. These didn't come with screws for some reason. They usually be taped on the window, but these didn't come with them. But if you come over here and look up in there, you got a hole here, and then the next hole up there. That's where you put your screws at so it won't interfere with the sliding of the window and these little mechanisms and stuff. Handy dandy, real big case. Courtesy of Ray, because this is hers.
You know, lost on his arm and he's still mine.
I'll get you a new one. One day.
You mean you would get you a new one? Excuses. Now I gotta watch you because you're gonna be like, oh, I got you this, when really it'd be backup.
No. All right, so y'all see, move that rope out the way because if I leave it there, it'll get shredded by the screw. So you want to put it in there, but you don't want it to be pulling the window. You want to grab a level and make sure your window is actually level, because if it ain't, then you're going to need to adjust it. Pretty much on the money. Just that bubble got to be right in the middle. This one got a bigger gap, as you can see. You got a window and they got big gap on there, even like a small gap. You could buy this here, which is called backer rod. Stuff it in there to kind of fill in those big gaps. And then when you spray foam it, it'll still be sealed. I think I'm gonna use some of this. Take your backer rod and you just stuff it inside that gap. This is like insulation too. Just so you won't have to use so much foam too. Even though I don't really care, I'm gonna foam this boy up. Another reason this good too, because since we got storm windows on the outside, when we spray foam it, we don't want foam to go outside and be poking out there. This is gonna be hard to get to it. I'll put in a couple bottom screws. Want to make sure your windows are sliding freely and it ain't like hugging, because if you got these shims in too tight, it'll squeeze the window in, or if you screwing it too tight, it might throw it out of whack and it'll be hard to slide up and down. We just want to make sure it's nice and smooth. It's a little tight, but it's probably the shim. There we go. Crazy how windows only need 4 screws. Then you can take your blade and score these shims, break them off. Get that thing out of here. That's it. Now the window in, nice and strong. Now we can seal it up with some spray foam. That round. Couple options we have when it comes to spray foam. You just can't get any one, because some spray foam, when they expand, is like pretty strong and it'll bow that window. So you want to get some that say window and door, just because this has like low expansion, so it won't push in the window. I like to grab this one here. You can see this top is different. This one comes with a little nozzle that you can put on there, This one here is just if you have a spray gun. This can right here screws on top of this spray gun, and it'll allow me to use this pretty much all day. So these here tend to clog up like this little tube right here. These is kind of like a one-time use, because once you use this, the foam is gonna get hard in this tube and you can't use it no more. So I like doing this one because I use it a lot. Some of y'all might just be installing it in your house and you might not need it, but sure, if you working with this stuff all the time, just get you a gun because it'll save you time. And if you don't use all this can, you can use it later. But that stuff right there is like a one-time use. Once you use it, you might just have to find another straw or something like that. But then this here, if you got a gun, you got to get this foam cleaner, clean this stuff out of here, because it'll just gook up in there and you won't be able to use the gun no more. I like using this one here because it has some additives in it. So for pests, keep out the water, of course, all season, field drafts, all that good stuff. But just make sure it says window and door when you're using it on the window. Inside these gaps right here. So you want to just take your gun, squeeze, and then just fill in all those gaps. Go all the way around, make sure there's enough in there. One thing I like to do before we start spray foaming is get a piece of tape and tape this window frame, because this stuff could be hard to clean off. And sometimes it can go a little bit everywhere. So I like to get a piece of painter's tape, tape around the window frame, because we had issues before. But after you spray foam, you can just peel off that tape and you won't have all that stuff stuck on your window. But that's about it. After you spray foam, you're good to go. Shave off the excess. Now you got a nice brand new window, and it's sealed from the outside air. So that's why it's very important to use this spray foam. So you get no little buzz coming in and no air from the outside. And if you got a good quality window, now you ain't got to worry about feeling breezes and stuff like that come through. Your house gonna be nice and warm or cold, whatever you want to do. About to get ready to finish this window install up right here. I found this window at Menards. Somebody special ordered it, about like $400. Now, original price of this window was actually like $700. So I would have never paid that much. But our first plan was to actually put some 32-inch windows, one here, probably two right here, and then one over here. But after I seen this one big window right here, I'm like, oh, that'll make more sense to do that. Now I'm about to get ready to go ahead and throw this window in. I had to put another 2x4 at the bottom, and then we just gonna finish up this install. So let's get it. Let me know what you think about this window install. What would you would have done different? What products you would have used? Let me know, because it can help us out. So we always like finding new products and all that good stuff. But if you dislike it, dislike it. If you like it, like it.
And let us know why.
Let us know what you think I did wrong. Congratulations, you did it right. A lot of people like to tell you when you did something wrong. They don't like to tell you when you did it right. It is a bunch of people that be telling us in person.
All gas, let's skate. Can't find the break. If you ain't about your paper, we can't relate. Can't let off the gas. They say I'm moving too fast. We